Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nick, and I have with me a very good friend. Introduce yourself, please.
Hey, how's it going? It's Silveria, everybody, your fellow gamer, anime loving, 20 something year old dude.
I don't know if that was all necessary, but whatever. Let's go with it. This is our very first episode of our yet to be named. I don't think we have a name for it yet. Podcast. Pretty much, we're gonna be talking
Yep.
about anime and anime related stuff. Get together between me and him to catch up on stuff. We don't get to talk often, and
Oh, yeah.
this is gonna be a weekly thing. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's start off, man. How you been? How you been?
I've been good, man. Just, in all honesty, I've been catching up with One Piece.
Good.
Finally caught up with that. Thing Oda is the man.
He is.
Still part of the old generation, and yet his stuff is still coming out today.
Dude,
I mean, you got Dragon Ball Super. It's coming out, and don't get me wrong, I love Super. Bleach. I mean,
did you say Bleach?
manga kind of
Bleach been
I
Bleach
should
is
say Bleach.
Bleach has been done, man. Bleach is done.
No, I know. I'm like comparing
Oh,
how like the old series going into today's generation. You got like a whole bunch of new anime coming out, like Black Clover, My Hero Academia, a couple others that escape me, but more or less,
you're
you
right.
have One Piece that is still consecutively going out. Like only Oda and that one person who got to hear where One Piece was and everything like that. You know the secrets of it. Everybody else is just kept in the dark. I love his foreshadowing. He has made me like always pay attention to detail from all the shows I've been watching from then on.
Dude, piggyback off what you said real quick about Oda, man. That he is a freaking beast. He is the last. I'm not counting Boruto from Naruto of like the ones that were the big three when we were growing up, like the shows that really started to get our generation into anime. He is like the last one still doing like that original Naruto and Bleach. It's done. No,
Yeah. I
One
got
Piece,
you.
yeah, One Piece is the only thing that's still going, and it is going on strong, man. Like I can see this thing lasting another 10 years at least because
And I'd be cool with that.
I am definitely cool with that. Like, of course, I wanted to. Like, I'm gonna be. It's gonna be so sad to see it end because One Piece is my favorite. It is that. It is the one that got me into the crazy world that we call anime. It started me on my journey. But like, I'm liking the new stuff that's coming out. That's getting the younger guys now. The Black Clovers, My Hero Academia, Seven Deadly Sins is another one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's a good one that I'm seeing. Second season's coming out next year. Yo, there's a lot of renewals that are happening. You notice that?
Hopefully we'll get one for Dead Man Wonderland because they did not do the manga justice.
You're right. You, you're right. It's over now too. Yeah, there's a lot of those though that we never got completed. That I wish that we can get more seasons on. We can talk about that a little bit, but let's start off with name some. What are you watching right now, man? What's got your eye right now?
Honestly, I'm just trying to get back into the Gundam series. Like I'm talking Universal Century. Like
Mm.
just so everybody knows, I love mecha. Chances are, if it's mecha, you tell me about it, I will make it my priority number one to watch it. Aside from if High School DxD Season 4 is out, or something else that has caught my eye, mecha will never fail me down. I literally am trying to get my girl hooked up onto Gundam right now, and it's come to the point my kids can identify what a Gundam is. But the one that I'm watching right now is Black Clover.
Mm-hmm.
Now, now people are like, Black Clover, man, like, voice actors annoying. Hey,
Quick question. You watching dubbed or subbed?
I'm watching both.
You watching both?
So, what I do, like how you are really into the series, you're like, okay, well, let me catch up to let me catch up to the anime as far as I possibly can.
Yep.
But then you're like, I need more. So then you decide to delve down to the manga. I'm caught up on the manga. So
Yes.
now I'm just at the point where I'm like, I want to see these scenes animated.
Right.
Now, the thing that I'm actually surprised about compared to the manga and anime is the anime actually has a bit more of that sustenance missing. Or, excuse me, like the stuff that you would need to keep you going for reading a manga, that's in the anime. I almost feel like the creator, he was just like, hey, I put these pages down, but I didn't think they were going to be so good because I want to be short and keep people interested. But from what I'm reading a lot on my anime list, a lot of fans of the manga, they're like, hey, there's just something missing. I don't know what it is. Anime covers those missing parts. No, don't get me wrong. I don't need like a few episodes of their past and whatnot, but it's always good to get that stuff out of the way because then everybody's on the same page. But the thing that's keeping me on it, aside from trying to figure out what Asta's doing, is his dub voice actor. This man, he's actually been in a few. Matter of fact, let me pull this up right now.
It's Funimation, man. You know, it's Funimation. You know those guys recycle all those voices. It's the same people. We know this.
No. This kid, he's different. Well, I think it's Christopher Reed. And this guy, like, he was actually in stuff that I wouldn't even guess he was in. Because I think he was in Assassination Classroom. Oh, I'm sorry, Dallas Reed, not Christopher Reed. I don't know.
I was about to say, like, I was like, that just didn't seem right.
But, like, he's in Assassination Classroom, one of those geeks with the glasses that just treat Nagisa like complete crap. He's apparently in some of these I've never heard of before. So he has a minor acting role, supporting role, it seems like. But this man, like, Asta, what does it a lot for people that makes him fall off with it is his sub voice actor. It's literally his first voice acting role. So don't get me wrong, like in the manga, you just see nothing but exclamation marks about, hey, da 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 da. But the voice actor just doesn't know that fine line because, like I said, it's his first acting role. Dallas Reed, on the other hand, he shouts, but only when it's absolutely necessary. And that's credit to Funimation picking their voice actors. Like, I don't know what their stuff is. Like, I mean, back when I went to Denver Comic-Con for 2017 in Denver, I got to meet Sean Schimmel, voice actor of Goku, my childhood hero, essentially, the one who got me into anime, right next to Gundam Wing. Pretty much anything that was on Toonami, my 5-year-old little self would watch.
Yo, did you watch Zoids on Toonami?
I watched Zoids on Toonami, but honestly, because I had to get up early at school back in the day, like when I was in middle school, they had it on like 6 or 6:30. I mean, I was waiting for the bus, had some time to kill, and I got to watch Chaotic Century. And Chaotic Century,
that's a good one.
That was awesome.
That is awesome. Zoids came on for us in the afternoon. I think it was like, what time did Toonami come on? It was like 4 or 5 o'clock. So it was
like a perfect time because pretty much right after you got out of school, you were doing your homework. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. So, were you done with the Black Clover information?
Oh, yeah. One last thing about it. Just fans or fellow anime lovers, if you're like, no, I'm just not feeling it because the sub voice actor, you just kind of ruined it for me, just literally watch dub. The voice actors are great. I mean, you have some voice actors for the roles that you're like, I like the sub. That's always gonna happen. But yeah I'm good with Black Clover now. What you got?
I was gonna say you need to be careful about that sub. So real quick, which one do you prefer for Black Clover? Are you preferring the dub of it over the sub? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm preferring the dub over it. The only one voice acting role that I want right now, or that I wish the guy could kind of like beef up, is I love Luck. I love his sub voice actor more than I like his dub. His dubbed is not bad, but I love the subbed one more just because like you can feel that he's innocent and he's just a kid who loves fighting, but you can also tell just by the tone of his voice that he is literally like has a crazy wild fighting side, and it only takes somebody like Yami to tame it.
Or somebody strong.
or somebody strong. But I mean, the thing that makes me approve the dub is Funimation just picks its right actors, like good old Christopher Sabat. He is Yami. I heard that and I was like, oh my goodness. Like, it was awesome for me. I was just like, oh,
yeah, like,
I have so many emotions right now.
Christopher Sabat, anytime they need a badass role, like a voice actor, all right, we got this badass character. We need a voice actor for who we got? Oh, Christopher Sabat. Boom. Done.
Man, I don't know if it would have led anywhere, and I don't know if I told you this, like, when I took that photo with Goku. I'm just going to call him Goku. That's who he is.
Yeah, he is Goku. You're right.
I literally went to Goku, and I was like, hey, so what are the odds that I could get, like, a voice acting role, like, start up like how you did? He's like, oh, don't talk to me. Talk to him right there. He's the director. And I literally, the only thing that was stopping me from talking to Chris himself was my girl. She was like, no, we gotta go. I'm like, but he's right there. Even if he tells me, go off somewhere, I would be like, Chris told me to go off somewhere. I can die happy now. One of those things.
Oh my
but
God.
Like, the fact of how, regardless, I don't know how my voice acting is. I haven't practiced. But damn, just to get acknowledgement and like a quick reply, like not a douchebag kind of retort from Goku. Not that he is a douchebag, but just like voice acting can probably be ruthless to some, nothing for others.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, man, what would I do if Chris is like, yeah, I mean, we're here for a couple days. You mind coming here tomorrow? I would. I'm in the army right now. I take that L. I take that negative evaluation on my work ethic just to go like try that out. That would be awesome.
Oh, bro, let me jump in real quick. To be told that I was nothing, right, in the voice acting world, right? First off, I'm pretty sure they got voice trainers who can help you with whatever they need help. Like if they need you to get a high pitch or something like that. I'm pretty sure they got like vocal coaches, you know, there to help with that. And two, just to go into a studio, right? And they give you a script. And it's like, all right, I want you to read it like this. And then told you, like, man, I don't think you got it. Hey, yo, that's on a checklist of like wishes I could do. That'd be one I check off like in a heartbeat. That would have been so awesome. You shouldn't have listened to your lady. You should have just did it.
I should have. If my kids weren't like acting up, granted, I had like a 2 and 5-year-old with me, and then my old lady who thought it was a great idea to bring them. Because I mean, I get it. I want to put them into the culture as soon as I possibly can, so they can see what it's all about. But literally, I would have been awesome. And then to add insult to injury, I see Luke Cage.
Oh,
like I seen him right there. He had his fedora. I was like, what? Luke Cage. And then after I seen Static Shock's voice actor, and I was like, what? So all of it, like, I might just go Denver. I might just go my next Comic-Con by myself. At least if I get lost, I would get lost meeting celebrities of the television world, and that's okay with me.
Dude, if I remember correctly, it's called Anime Central. It's in Chicago. It's like one of the biggest anime cons in America. I can't remember exactly when it is, but I got friends out in Chicago I'm planning on staying with. At least chill at his spot, because I want to go to this thing so bad. As soon as I remember, I'm going to look it up as soon as we're done here and see what it is, so I can start planning and saving money to go to this thing. Because when I was living in Austin, I wanted to go to a couple anime conventions. I just never had the money for it. So that's all. It's another thing I want to go back and do. Because I've been to one. I've been to one or two. And they were pretty cool, you know. Got a couple cool posters. I want to go to a big one so I can go into the back rooms and see what kind of deals I can get on some anime. Because it's been a minute since I bought some anime. And I think it's about time I probably do that again.
Like, I kid you not. Not to just like kind of divvy off of, but also then come back to how much anime is like kind of made me a little bit open minded. Because I mean Nick, that's how we became friends. We literally like were in the field hating life.
Dude, I'll never forget it.
I think you mentioned Gundam. No, it was probably like we mentioned Toonami or something like that. And then
I wasn't even talking to you if I remember correctly. I was talking to somebody else.
You were talking to Dylan Beck.
Yeah, and then you just so happened to hear it and came over.
And then I heard Toonami? Yeah, Gundam Wing. Oh. And we literally became friends after that. You got me into my anime list. You got me back onto One Piece because you know exactly what the reason was for that, what made me uninterested.
I was like, you need just knock it out. You'd be all right.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. One Piece's song, that first one is catchy as hell. But for the sake of your sanity, I will not make you think of it right away.
Please don't.
Anyway, so I'm at work, and one of my friends, she shows me a post. It's like, hey, does this freak you out, or does this make you think? The post was like, hey, what if that tunnel of light that you see when you pass on is actually you coming out of the womb of your next mother in your next life, and that's why you're crying, because all your memories and everything are starting to fade, but you experience that as an infant, and you can't do anything about it because nobody understands you, so you just cry. And honestly, like with so much of the stuff I've seen in anime, that did not faze me one bit. The other guy, on the other hand, he was like, shit, send that to me, man. Like, what? Like, but I just feel like anime's made me a little bit more open-minded than my peers and whatnot. I mean, there's some who, don't get me wrong, just are open-minded through experience, but just from like binge watching, all this kind of stuff, literally whenever I'm bored, just try to see if like I can pick like what this person might be in an anime or something like that, or a manga. Like that has made me open-minded as heck, so like then I can kind of understand both sides of something.
Right.
And I mean, that's why like stuff like that'll never shock me. Like I've considered stuff like that way before, like who knows when, but like after we had that talk in the field one time, man, like that got me back on to anime, and that like was awesome. I now know so much more. You introduced High School DxD for me.
Yo,
and
absolutely.
I'm so glad you did.
It is. First off,
Aussie
Aussie is life. Okay, let's get that right. Of the little group.
Yeah.
But real quick, High School DxD, everybody. Fan service with a plot.
Yes.
You like your fan service, you like your etchiness, but you also want to watch something that actually has a story to it. We recommend High School DxD.
And we're not just saying like you see the cover of High School DxD and you instantly say for the plot. Like, don't get me wrong, I seen that first episode and I was like, you know what? This is one of those I have to have my headphones in, back to a wall.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure like if somebody happens to walk in, because I mean I had a roommate at the time, and if like they see me with that, they'd be like, "What the hell are you watching?" Speaking
of walking in, we were in Korea, right? And who was it? Who was it?
Ensuedo.
I think it was Ensuedo. He walked in on me. I think he was coming to ask for something. It was him or
Molina?
No, I want to say it was Ensuedo. All right, so anyway, he comes over because I think he's asking me for something, and I'm watching High School DxD, and like tits are just out, and I was like, wait, this isn't what it looks like, man. This is like actually something, and I think I got him to watch it. Or was it Grollo?
It was Grollo.
It was Grollo
because I remember like he seen it, and then as soon as that happened, I see Molina see it, and I was like, "How? I didn't know you watched this." He's like, "Yeah, I watched anime, man. Yeah, Grollo, he was watching it, so I decided to figure out what it was called, and I started watching it."
Okay, because I knew one of them came in my room and saw it, and I was like, "Oh, wait!" And he gave me a look, and I was like, "Wait a minute, hey man, bro, 1 second, this isn't what it looks like." All right, buddy, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to go take care of something real quick. So anyway, back to the walking in story. I'm not sure if I finished it or not, but yeah, one of the guys came walking in to me watching it, and I was like, "Oh boy." It had to be a weekend because Sayo wasn't there. My roommate. He wasn't there. So so I'm pretty sure it was a weekend when I was watching it. Because I think we were all done exploring Korea at the time. And we all just pretty much in the rooms watching anime.
Because we found the great and almighty fish cone ice cream. And that was pretty much what we were looking forward to in America going to Korea.
I even forget how we even find that. I think someone saw it on the internet or something like that.
Taylor.
Yeah, right.
Taylor found it somehow. I don't know how he did it.
Of course it was
like,
Taylor.
What was that, like, right after our 3-day probation or whatever, not going out, some BS like that.
That's right. We found it that first weekend. Good times.
So, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, what's up? Go ahead.
No, like, go on ahead about your whole walk-in story with Guerrilla.
Oh, pretty much. Okay, I think I said most of it, but he came in, saw me, gave me a funny look, and I was like, it actually has a plot to it. This ain't just what you think it is, man. I promise you. And so I'm guessing he went back and watched it. Yeah, he did, because then he asked me if there was any more seasons. I was like, yeah, man, it's 3 seasons. Now there's about to be a 4th one coming out. Speaking of High School DxD, real quick. Sorry, real quick before you go on. High School DxD, you saw the preview of it, right? That little video they had?
Yeah.
You see the new animation stuff?
I've seen it, but in all honesty, I think I'm too pumped up for it that I really don't care about the change.
Oh, yeah. No, same here. Like, it ain't going to stop me from watching it. It was just like, I got 3 seasons of the same thing. And then they just switched up on me. I was like, whoa, all right, okay. Why didn't they go back to the same studio? I would like to know these answers. I'd like to know the answers to these questions I have. What made them change studios? Did T&K just say no?
Who knows? Speaking of which, you ever just sometimes wish for an anime to, like, it ends a certain way, or at least that season a certain way, and you're like, man, I just want to talk to people like this and just be like, hey, either this is what you got told to do, or this is what you want to do. But then you just want to be like, but you could also just do it this way, possibly, maybe like a unedited version or something like, I don't know.
Oh.
Just, like, talk to them and say,
of course.
Like, Akame got killed, perfect example. Now, I know why they didn't air the manga version of Akame got killed.
It wasn't done yet.
No, but I mean, you remember what you told me? Because I was like, Lubak, what happens to him in the manga? Because I didn't read the manga yet. And you're like, man, I'm not telling you anything. Like, you're going to have to find that out on your own.
You know what I did?
In my travels of trying to find that, I realized that stuff was like, when people say anime is just for kids, I would love to show them that anime or a manga version and be like, okay, yeah, okay. You let your kid watch this? Interesting. Child services.
First off, the show you want to show people that ain't for kids is Blood Plus or Blood C.
Still haven't watched it.
Okay.
I've seen previews. I'm not about to have nightmares of giant freaking rabbits eating people.
Dude, finger licking. On the little finger, just poking like, yum, 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 yum. I was like, what the
Every once in a while, I'll get that on my posts, like on Facebook, like this whole anime group I'm part of, and it'll say when people say when anime is just for kids.
Yeah.
And it just shows rabbits messing people up. Then I think there was this girl who went to this sensei or something that she had trust in. Yeah, that was a mistake. Guy straight up drank her like a vampire, and she was nothing after that.
She was a vampire.
And I was like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. Anyway, that was extremely bloody. But, I mean, I guess Elf and Leah was kind of the same thing. Or Elf and Lie, however you want to pronounce it. But, Lucy.
Yeah.
Messed up childhood.
Yeah.
And you know what? Those people deserved it. Not the puppy. The puppy should have lived. But those people deserved it.
You notice that the characters with pink hair tend to be the crazy ones?
Are you leading this into by any chance?
Hey, you already know who I was going to.
I mean, hey, mine wasn't that crazy from Akame got killed.
Yeah, she was annoying. You're right.
The pink one, okay.
Mine was annoying. If
they have a really flamboyant or definitive hair color, then they are an important character. I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah, okay. Since we're back on Akame got killed again, are you who'd you shit with Tatsume?
Oh shit.
Who'd you want him to hook up with?
Well, I wanted to be Chelsea at one point, then you know how that happened.
Nah, man. Shelly was mine until Then S-Def, for some odd reason. I was like, going to hell. Why do I like this pairing?
Who's that girl who had Kuro as her pet? That girl could die a billion times.
Oh, dude. The crazy...
Her and her twisted sense of justice.
Oh, God, the crazy chick. Oh, my gosh, dude. I couldn't wait for her to die. Like, her death... It's like one of the few anime deaths where I was, like, completely satisfied with. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah. I was like... I felt satisfaction again when I see it in the manga.
I usually feel some type of way when a character dies because I'm usually like, oh man, you know, because usually not all of them were bad, but like when she died, she annoyed me so much, and I just like hated her so much. I'm just like, yo, I can't wait for you to die. Like it just needs to hurry up. How are you still surviving? And then when it finally happens, I'm just like, thank you God, thank you for giving me this wish. So
in my partial broken part of the blind in my house, I can see my wife casually crossing the street, probably pissed off.
Oh snap!
Trying to be like, oh yeah, she's walking fast.
So before she gets in, and yells your ear off, probably. You know, this is season 2 of A Comic Kill, right? It's the prequel of when she was part of the. She was still part of the. She was part of that assassination squad for the Empire before she left for Night Raid.
I didn't know there was a prequel.
Yeah, there's a prequel manga.
Oh shoot, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty much where it is. It's basing this off of. But like, that's man, I don't know. It's gonna be weird. They're gonna have to kill. You know, one thing I don't like. The Comic Kill is one of the examples of it. What's
up, players? Players? No, there's no players. Oh my goodness.
What's going down?
No, get away.
What's happening? What are we talking about?
Are you drunk already?
What's the topic?
We're getting there, but you interrupted.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to whisper, like, they can hear you.
Hey.
One and everyone.
So, alright. The topic was, you know, Comic Kill is one of the perfect examples of when they adapt unfinished work and they get to a point where they catch up to it and they do their own little endings. Do you like that, or do you want them to kind of leave it opening so they could, if they wanted to, they could adapt the rest of it later? Because I have a funny feeling about this. Sometimes I like it when, like, if the ending satisfies me, like, I don't care that they did it. But when, like, I'm mad at the ending, I wish they just wouldn't have did it, and I could have some type of hope that they could, you know, go back and finish it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, partially, kind of. In all honesty, Carly kept over talking, and I could only hear bits and pieces. I heard a comic got killed, hoping they ended a certain way, kind of thing.
Oh, well, I was talking about like a comic got killed. You know how when it caught up to the manga to a certain point, it did its own ending?
It changed.
Yeah, and then it changed. I was asking you, do you like that when it catches up? Do you like it that they just closed it off and made their own ending, or did you wish that they would have just like kind of left it open ending so when it finished they could have did like a season 2 and completed it?
Yeah, that's exactly how. Like, don't get me wrong, I would have been pissed because there wouldn't have been as many episodes.
Right.
But then I would have been able to understand. Like, that's what I wish people would do. They just be like, hey, manga's not done yet. Let's just take a brief break, work on something else, and then when that gets developed, up to the artist, and we'll go from there. But I mean, there were certain parts of the manga that just got me like pissed off. Like, I had to take a break from reading it and then just walk away, have some black eye thinking kind of thing.
Yo, the Prime Minister's son. I would like what he did to Bowles' family was. That's one thing I did like about the anime, that they survived. His family survived and was left untouched. They did it on his grave, man. They did that crap on his grave.
I know. And the thing that really pissed me off was Wade tried to tell him, like, hey, we can't be everywhere. It'd be a really good idea for you to not come over here.
Right.
No, I don't know what he's talking about.
Come on, we gotta pray to your daddy.
It wasn't just the wife.
I know, man. The little girl.
And fuck that clown. Fuck that clown.
That clown. I hate clowns, man. Anger.
Like, oh yeah, absolutely. Like, what happened to him, I was like,
Wasn't enough.
karma, bitch. It's karma.
Wasn't enough.
And I still think he got off easy.
Oh yeah, of course.
But just in case anybody hasn't read it or watched it yet, read it.
Oh, this is for people listening to the podcast. We might be doing spoilers for shows that we're talking about.
Not because we hate you or anything, but just because we have so many topics of stuff that we watched.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if y'all give spoilers. Just come into the podcast knowing that you might get spoiled on the show if you listen to this. So take that for future knowledge for the rest of the podcasters. So quick question real quick on Akame Got Killed. Anime death that didn't happen in the manga. You know what I'm saying? The guys who survived in the anime who didn't survive in the manga, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Who died that you didn't want to die that died in the show? You know what I'm saying?
What if they died in both versions? Like there's one death that I thought was a little bit better than the other.
You know, like Run, he died in the manga, but he didn't die in the show. He survived.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I liked him. I wish he would have survived. But who's that here? Who survived? That little crazy chick who likes pain. You know what I'm saying? You don't remember what I'm talking about?
Yes.
She died in the anime and survived in the show. I mean, she died in the anime and survived in the manga. I wish she would have died because, like, she annoyed me to no end.
Yeah, I mean, this guy died in both, but I was kind of a little bit less upset with Luvok when he died.
Of course,
in the anime.
Of course.
But the manga, I was like, damn, man, like, he's pretty smart, and he was going up against a different type of person that he, in all honesty, did not think ahead for.
Bro.
And when that happened, I was like, oh shit, I didn't even see that coming. I thought something else was going to happen.
Dude, he survived getting his balls crushed. Like, one of his balls crushed.
I know.
Like, the the manga, he got it so much worse than he got it. In the anime, he just got impaled. It was done.
Yeah, but it was a quick death.
Yeah.
Like, teleport, zoom. But no, in the manga, oh my gosh.
He gets tortured.
He got his balls crushed. He got pretty much left for dead. And I mean, the only thing that was literally keeping him on was the commander.
Yep.
And I mean, just like, damn, but I'm happy what happened with mine. Because I remember when the chapters were still coming out, and you and me were debating if she was alive.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know, because, don't get me wrong, I think Tatsumi's somewhat, like, crazy at this point, but I think he can tell if a person's still alive or not. So hopefully she's just, you know. And when she actually did, I was like, oh, sweet.
Yo.
Oh.
That is such bull. Oh, on how she survived. First off, I don't really care for her character. She annoys me. First, them getting together was completely out of left field. You know what I'm saying?
Is it bad that even after all the genocide, I kind of want Tatsumi and Estef to be a thing?
Dude, I was talking about that earlier. About how they were my couple that I liked. And I was like, I feel like crap right now.
I'm not saying I would have, like, thrown my friends away.
Oh, God, no.
But I definitely, like, if Estef's like, hey, you're mine after, like, we start doing some stuff, I'll be like, you know what? I'll make this difficult for you, because I know, like, you're a sadist and all, and you don't like a challenge. Like, I've seen what you did to that prince of, like, that whatever kingdom, and you're kind of just uninterested. I'm not trying to get like that.
Oh, man, when she had him licking her boot, and she
and then she killed him with the boot.
And she kicked his face off.
But at the same time, as crazy as that was, I would still be head over heels for Estef.
Dude, she is like one of the crazy chicks in anime that I actually do. Like, I was kind of, like, I wasn't rooting for her, but, like, I kind of wanted her to get with the main character, and she was a weird one. So, you got anything? What else you want to talk about, bud?
Between telling me about Akame Got Killed and then Future Diary, I found out the type of person I am. But I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, and High School DxD. Yeah, I discovered a whole lot about myself.
You like
Yuno, Gasai, Estef, and even Akano are the type of girls that I enjoy.
You know what? I have a range of the females that I've liked. You know, because we up Holo is number 1, Asia number 2, and then Sango from Inuyasha was. She's the OG one. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like the original Sango was for me. So I am all over the place on types.
Even Julia from Fairy Tail, I didn't mind so much. Like, I wish I could find a girl like that, but
just head over heels, do anything for you.
Kind of, yeah, it'd be nice. Like, if I just go by them. Grant this would never happen. Oh my gosh, he just grazed me. But yeah, man, like, I definitely found out that I'm the type of person for those people. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, just how crazy Yuno was in Future Diary, that, like, you told me about it, I think it was, like, 11 o'clock at night, and I watched 6 episodes, and we had to work out, like, in a few hours.
Yeah.
4 hours. I was just like, well, might as well do this. So, I mean...
I want to talk about... on Future Diaries. I want to talk about Future Diaries and Fairy Tail here. I want to talk about their endings real quick. I want to let's deal with Future Diaries since we were talking about that one.
Okay.
How mad were you when you watched it? Because like when Future Diaries was airing, right? I caught up to it. I caught up to what was showing on in Japan, and then I read the manga. So I saw the show, caught up, read the manga, finished it, and then eventually the show finished, and I watched the ending, and I got to it, and I was like, that's it. Like, that's not how it ends. What happened? What happened here? And then eventually they come out with that redial, the OVA that does the ending. And then, like, I was like, why did you do that? You had enough time to just put that right there at the end. Y'all, they added extra stuff.
Why they had the OVA? Like, in all honesty.
I don't know why they made that. Why didn't they? Should have just put it at the end of the show. They had enough time.
I'm sure people were so confused about that too.
Yeah, especially the people who didn't watch this, who didn't read the manga, or the people who read the manga was like, "What the hell just happened here?"
Yeah, because that threw me off for a loop. I was like, "What now?" Because I mean, don't get me wrong, most OVAs they're pretty good, but whenever I hear OVA, I think, okay, it's just something extra, like a what if kind of thing.
Right, not the true ending to a show.
Yeah, and when you told me about that, I was like, I think I finished the last episode, and I was like, why did you tell me about this? And then you were like, did you see the OVA? I'm like, aren't OVAs extra? And you're like, no, that's the ending. I'm like, oh, well, for a person to tell me that, imagine if you didn't tell me about my anime list. Imagine if I just didn't follow up with you on Future Diary. I never would have known that there was that ending as the final one.
Yeah.
I would have been like, this is like Chivalry of the Worst Night, or Failed Night. It hypes you up for everything, and then it ends a certain way, and you're like, I want my season 2. I need closure.
And you ain't getting your season 2.
And you never get it.
There's a lot of shows we ain't getting that too. A lot of season 2s and season 3s that we should get, but we ain't getting. So
I know.
Now we talked about Future Diaries. I want to go to Fairy Tail's ending. How unsatisfying was Fairy Tail's ending? I put it right up there with Bleach's ending.
Yeah, I mean, of
the two, Bleach ending and Fairy Tail ending, which one was more upsetting to you?
Honestly, because it took me a minute to get back in Bleach, and I mean, I didn't get to watch as much of it as I would have liked because my oh so joyful wife spoiled a whole lot of it for me. And I'm the type of person, if I'm dedicated to something, don't spoil it for me. That just makes me uninterested as a whole.
No.
The Bleach got spoiled for me, so I literally found out what happened based on that, and I was kind of just like, oh, that kind of sucks. But I feel like I have to rate Bleach higher in the worst ending compared to Fairy Tail, because I mean, Fairy Tail, I feel like he just got rushed.
No, I feel that completely opposite for Bleach. I feel like he didn't care. I don't know, this is just speculation, but I think he wanted to move on to something else. I think he stopped. I think he didn't want to do Bleach anymore. I think he got rushed. I think he was getting canceled. I think he was the one getting rushed to complete the ending because we still didn't see a couple guys as Bankais who said they had Bankais. You know what I'm saying? It just like got to the end and was it. Fairy Tail ended, I think, exactly how he wanted to end it, which is really upsetting because
Agnologia, like I was so set that Gajio was Agnologia's kid, and Agnologia just didn't pay me mind because like my kid died a long time ago. But the moment he said I had a wife and daughter that got killed, and that was his reason for not only becoming a dragon slayer, but then killing all the dragons, like I just need some more character development. Because, I mean, I could deal with, what the heck was his name? One of the 4 Ishgar gods. The strongest one. The one who was like, he had Lacrima for every dragon that was ever made or some crap. And then Agnologia.
Oh, just one shot him? Yeah.
Just one shot.
Just one shot in his butt. Yeah.
That part, and probably even the part where Brandy and Lucy became friends, I was okay with. I was like, this is good. I can definitely accept this. But then right after that, I felt like it fell off.
Dude,
Mavis being alive surprised the hell out of me. I was like, wait, what? She didn't die from the curse? But I don't know. I feel like that was the part where it kind of just went downhill from there.
Dude, Fairy Tail from the biggest power friendship thing. Like some of these fights where I'm like, there's no way they should not be winning these fights because the way that they just built these people up, or like, you know, these ultimate, I have so much magical power, you shouldn't be able to touch me. And then all of a sudden they get into the fight, like outside of fights, right? They just get wrecked, right? Everybody in Fairy Tail just gets wrecked, and then they regroup and they come back again, and all of a sudden they're going toe to toe, and then they're beating them. The way they beat Agnololi, the dragon. And Zareth, right? The way they got beat was bull. They should have been pulled off way better. Those endings to the whole fight. Natsu pretty much owned Zareth by himself.
Yeah, but I expected that. The thing that threw me off is when everything was said and done, I was expecting like a time skip of some sort.
Right.
To like see either a pregnant Lucy, or I think they hinted at it towards Levy and Gagio. I might have to reread that chapter.
Yeah, you're right. Like she might be pregnant from what was.
But then, just to add all because I mean I'm disappointed this ending at this point. I was so determined that Gagio was related to Agnologia just by how similar they look. I was so determined that Romeo and Wendy would end up because I don't think
they're the same age.
Edalus Virgin Wendy was going to show up and mess his life. So I was just like, damn, like what the heck? And then all of a sudden I see a Mavis and a Zareth. Oh, but they're not called Mavis and Zareth.
Oh, yeah.
No. And it's not even like they're spirits or anything. No, they're just two wandering journalists that happen to come by to Fairy Tail, and I'm just like
exactly like them.
Like, no, like if it was a time skip, I could get it because I'd be like, okay, this is the universe's way of saying you, Zareth, accepted what needs to get done. You, Mavis, did the ultimate sacrifice, so you two should have your happy ending because your circumstances were just completely terrible and whatnot. But no, just immediately after.
The sad part is they did like a little time skip. I think it was like a couple months, if that it, because Lucy finished the book and then she got the reward, right?
Yeah.
And then like they hinted at some like relationships together, but they didn't confirm them all. You know what I'm saying? Which is and then they go on that 100-year journey. I'm like, that's how they ended. Really? I need something else. I need something different. Like that just. All this time I spent reading and watching, and I was like, this is how it ends? Really? Oh my gosh, I'm so disappointed.
Like, I would rather get told over and over in a loop of probably a year that New Waves is getting put off for its sequel.
Oh my, New Waves. Oh my gosh, dude. We do need a sequel to that one.
But like, don't get me wrong, I got upset because like when you and Taylor told me about that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this chapter's not fair. Okay, what happens next? Next thing I know, I'm on like chapter 100 in 2 days. I mean, I know that's slow and everything, but
real quick, Silveria, the manga. He's talking about a manga here. It's called Breaker. It's broken up into 2 sections. Breaker and then Breaker New Waves. We're still waiting on the third. We're still waiting on the 3rd season of it. It still hasn't been released. I haven't heard anything about it.
Else.
Say again.
Because they want to do their work on somewhere else.
Hey,
we'll have something going good, and they just want to like say,
don't got time for all that. I need you back. I need you back working on this. This is something I need.
Grandmaster Quan was the man. He's better than Ghost Hands. I don't care what anybody.
Oh my gosh, old man died. First when the first old dude died,
I was like, damn.
I was like, oh man. And then when Grandpa, then when OG died, OG old dude died. Grandpa.
Hands behind his back.
Hands behind his back. That means, like, he was just walking with his hands behind his back. You knew.
Still in his martial arts uniform for casual attire. That's how you know. And he closed his eyes.
Oh my. Just la 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 la. Pa 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 pa. La 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 la. Wait, what? What's up? What's happening? And you know what? He went toe to toe with what's his name? What's his name's master?
He did.
He went toe to toe. Hurt also. Remember, he was also hurt.
Yeah, because he like kept getting in fights with multiple masters.
Yeah, he was bleeding already, so like he knew he was going to die. The reason you may know why he fought him to break his, so he wouldn't be I guess like all loyal to him anymore. He'll fight against him.
Yeah, because the main character, if I remember right, he couldn't find his motivation to unleash his true potential.
Right.
And then Quan was like, okay, you need some motivation? Well, I'm dying soon anyway. All right, here's this for motivation. I was just like,
watch me get killed in front of you. Break this last bond.
But I mean, Quan made the best out of the situation. And then his granddaughter, when she was like, but I didn't learn any of this. And then all of a sudden, yeah, you've actually been trained up for it for like since you started martial arts. You just never knew. He never told you. You are the successor. I was like, there's so much possibility.
My man had a little hair going on also.
I can't remember the characters' names, but I'm pretty sure I would have chose like the serious one.
Yeah.
Next to the redhead.
I remember the redhead was the granddaughter. Then if I remember correctly, he had the childhood friend. And then it was that one chick who looked like a little kid, not a little kid, but like she was younger.
The high school sweetheart or whatever.
No, yeah, I already said the one. That's the childhood friend. So,
yeah.
So you had the granddaughter, the childhood friend, and then the leader of the clan who went off to get like her cure disease or something like that. And then I think there was one more.
Oh yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, but I think the one that you're missing out, I don't know, I think she liked the main character's, I don't know if it's manliness is the right word, but his courage, whatever. And then she just wanted to like be with him after that. She kind of was, I felt like she was a Zenobia of High School DxD. Like, hey, I want to have strong kids. You seem like a great candidate. Let's make this a thing, kind of, after all this is over. But, yeah, I mean, that was a great webtoon.
Yeah. It looked like a wasn't even like the webtoons that we're reading now, man. It's like an actual manga, whatever they call it in Japan. I mean, Korea. Manhwas or something like that.
Yeah. Well, because I showed Sayo it, and I showed Lee it also, and they said, yeah, this is a webtoon.
Nice.
I mean, that was made in the 1970s.
No way. Don't lie to me.
Yes. We talked about this before. I showed you, and you're like, oh, shit. Yeah, it did start out in the 70s. I don't know who continued the work or whatever, but
maybe
it started out
maybe their work was based off something in the 90s, you know? Maybe they based the story off something in the 90s.
No, not the 90s. 70s.
I mean 70s. What did they probably just based it off something in the 70s.
I don't know, man. Like those first two chapters, it might have even been the whole first season, or whatever you want to call it. It said 1970 because I had to check that a couple times because it was Manga Town. I was like, there's no way Manga Town was around since the 70s. I mean, maybe they were, but at least not on this scale. And then sure as heck it said 1970. I was like,
what internet wasn't even around in 70? Yeah, man. Oh, dude, I don't know, man. Who knows? I probably have to look it up after this to check out, see what it is.
But yeah, gosh. What was that one I sent to you the other day? Or it might have even been yesterday. Who knows? It was,
about the anime you think about watching?
Yeah.
Oh, what's it called?
I still got to finish Samurai Girls, and then I also got to finish.
You haven't finished Samurai Girls, man?
No, I keep getting distracted.
Dude, that's another one I wish to get a third season. It's Samurai Girls and Samurai Brides, and then they have these little it's like a little mini, like OVA, like 2 episodes. But I want that to get a third season. You know, if you remember, Samurai Girls has like one of my favorite endings.
I gotta see it. I also gotta watch Devil's Sister New Testament.
I've seen that. I've seen both seasons.
Well, no, you're the one who told me about it, but I'm only like halfway through. Like when his high school friend or whatever decides to be on his side.
Oh, from the village?
I'm at that part. Yeah.
Which comes to the village? Yeah.
Not the girl. What's his face? The guy in the mask.
Oh, the demon dude.
Yeah. Name escapes me, but
yeah, I remember.
He's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll be allied to you. I'm sure it could work out in my favor.
Yeah, I forgot.
That kind of guy.
It's been a minute since I've seen it.
That's the part I'm at.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen it. I completely forgot what his name is. Yeah, I don't remember.
By the way, guys,
I don't know what this.
We do not remember all the names of every single character, but we will most likely be able to reference it based on very descriptive descriptions.
Yes, okay. we try our best here. We're sorry if we disappoint you.
But yeah, I gotta watch that. Like, man,
yeah, there's too much to watch, man. Dude,
I need some Shadow Clones in my life.
When are we getting ReZero Season 2?
I told you how that ended, right?
You did, and you're crushing me, man. I need a Season 2 to like. I didn't believe you at first. I think I went to go look it up after that, and like you broke my heart when you told me the what happens next.
Yeah.
So I need a Season 2 so I can have my heart unbroken.
Your heart's gonna be broken regardless because nobody remembers who Ren is.
Right, but they go find her, and they will find her. They have to find her.
They are working on it, but he can't use his replay to go back to that part. I'm sure they'll find a way. There's always a way.
Oh, I know they'll find a way. I want to see the way so I can be like, oh, good, Rem's back. You know what? I was watching it before I even started watching it. Real quick, before I even started watching it, I got told because I kept seeing Rem as best girl, and I'm like, I don't even know, like, why is she best girl? Like, what's with all this best girl talk? Like, okay, and then I started watching, and I'm like, okay, I see why everybody loves her.
Yes, I mean, think about it. A cute, innocent girl.
She ain't innocent.
At the same time, has a wild.
She's not innocent.
Oh yeah, and she's loyal after like you accept her for her faults. Yeah.
No, it's good. Like, he got so many playthroughs. He got to see what happened, and so yeah, that's.
Yeah, Rem is best girl. I mean, I've come through a few in my travels of anime culture and everything like that.
She was best girl for that series, for that season. For that season, she was best girl.
And then to top it all off, she's in a maid's dress, man. Like that's just something I have to at least experience once in my life. But to have a person like that, and then just dressed up, yep. I'll tell you this. I definitely want to say, hey, Rem, I know you just confessed to me. Let's go save this girl that I'm trying to save right now.
Oh, dude, that was was like...
Amelia, you have to wait. I will save you, but... He didn't even give her her 5 seconds, man. She's like, soon as she was done. That was one of the best episodes in the series, though. That's the thing that kills me.
Yeah. And then he's like, I like this other girl. Why do you like this other girl? There's no reason for you to like this other girl. She's nice to you.
The first nice girl to me. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, forget all that.
Fuck you, Subaru.
Forget all that, you dummy.
Subaru, I will remember.
Subaru, yeah.
Fuck That is just because it's not a common name aside from Mayo Chiki, but
I'm pretty sure I'll forget eventually. As soon as I watch something else. I've been in this serious like funk, man. Like I have not been watching any anime. The last anime I watched was before we get out of here because it's about that time to wrap it up. The last anime I've watched was the can you get a girlfriend in the dungeon or something like that? You know what I'm talking about?
You ever run to pick up girls in the dungeon?
Yeah. That's the last one I watched. I watched that one like I don't even remember how long ago now. I'm in that zone of burnt out mode, you know?
I know exactly which one you're at because there's a video that I've been tagging. I don't know if I tagged you.
Yes, you did. I seen it, and I was like, you know what? It was so funny because I'm like, oh my god, I went through a lot of this because there was at one point where I watched endless amount of anime, and like I just keep going. I was an animal.
Well, because the thing that I find the biggest issue is video gamers and anime lovers. It's hard for you to balance both and then have to do the dull stuff of everyday things.
Right.
Like, I mean, you want to be the best in whatever game you're playing and find everything, but you also want to watch all this. Why? Because I feel like it's something that you try to predict. I don't know for the reason, but I might take a Battlefront 2 right now for me is like my time. So like by the time I'm burned out with that, I'm already like satisfied what I did, and it's already too late for me to start watching a series or something like that.
Yeah.
But all right, that should be enough to keep everybody knowledgeable of how random as heck, but how long we can talk about stuff.
Yeah, we're a little random this podcast, but that was fun. It was great talking to you.
Oh yeah,
we'll do this again.
Absolutely.
Do this again next week.
Oh yes.
Talk about more random.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, talk about more random anime stuff. Great catching up with you.
Good to me. Of course, great catching up with you as well. Everybody else listening, thank you for listening, and I will catch you guys later.
Hey guys, see y'all later. Peace.